If you caught GTV last year, you saw Martin, Josh, and the rest of the GT and Dino crew perform some of the hottest tricks on video. What you didn't see is me. I'm Magoo, and this is the GT demo tape. Before we start this thing, let me tell you about what you can expect. Martin and Brett won't be dodging golf balls in front of any pink sandcastle. And Dino and Dave aren't going to be blasting major air to some cool jive tune. What you will see is some of the hottest action in freestyle performed by the best teams in the business, GT and Dino. To catch all the action on the demo tape, we followed our riders right to where they freestyle the most. Dino DeLuca was caught getting major air in Camarillo, Josh White was blasting some hefty 540s at the Enchanted Ramp, and Martin Aparijo was caught shrouping at GT World Headquarters right here in Huntington Beach. If you guys are ready, let's run this demo tape and let the action begin. Right now I'm speaking with Martin Aparijo, the chairman of the board in Flatland Freestyle. Martin, to get as good as you've become, you must have to practice for hours. How long do you practice every day?
Well, Magoo, I practice just about 3 hours a day. I start around 12 and I end up about 3, and then the rest is pretty much practice play. But you really don't need a whole lot of practice. It's more important to have about 1 or 2 good hours of practice and 3 or 4 just riding hours.
So you spend a lot of quality time down at the block practicing, huh?
Right. I practice just about all my tricks. I never sit down and practice just one trick all day. I practice all my tricks.
Do you work on routines all of the time, or do you concentrate on doing it right before a contest? How does that go?
I practice a routine only 1 or 2 weeks before the contest, but I always have a routine in my head that I've been doing for so many years. And I do all my tricks in a certain order, and it just comes naturally.
Well, all that practice has paid off because you've traveled all over the world. Where have you gone on the GT World Tour?
I've gone to Germany, Austria, Ireland, England, Holland, France, Sweden, Hong Kong, Japan, and Hawaii.
That's incredible. What's the best thing about doing any of those shows?
I think the best thing is just making friends. I travel all over the world, I meet new people, and making friends that speak different languages, it's really weird.
Yeah, and do you like the food?
I like the food like in France. You eat a lot of French fries, of course, major portions of French fries and steak. In the Orient, I can't really survive on all their food, so we go to like McDonald's or places like that, Denny's.
Yeah, shrimp heads aren't very filling.
I never feel pressure at shows. It's all fun because at shows I can show all the tricks. On the other hand, at contests, you only get to do a certain amount of tricks, and you can't do every variation of that trick. You can only do, say, 20 tricks, 25 tricks at the most.
Doesn't it?
Well, I'm really happy with the new GTs now. That down tube, I use a lot to pull off. Say I'm stuck in a flail return, but I can't get back because my pedal is in the wrong position. I stick my foot on that frame, I flip right back out, and no matter what, I'm out of that trick.
Right now, I want you to take a look at the monitor and look at some of the stuff we caught you doing in Huntington Beach. What's this trick, Martin?
This right here is the Miami Hopper Hops, no-handed. At this point, you have to do a bar endo and lock the locking lever with your right hand. And as you lock it, take both hands off, put both legs behind the seat, and start hopping. But you have to have gentle hops. You can't have major hops, or the bars will straighten out, and you'll obviously fall. Yeah, well, the next trick we're going to show is just as nutty as the Miami Hop Hops. It's the grip ride. Why don't you tell me how this thing goes? Yeah, this is a grip ride in a circle. You have to jump up at the same exact time and put both feet on the handle grips. And then you got to stand straight up. I practice this by doing a lot of squats at home. You jump straight up, take both hands off, and I put a little more pressure on my left leg so that I turn to the left. That's how you turn in the circle, then. You lean your body weight to the inside. Right, I put a little bit more weight to the left. I put my left hand out in front and my right hand towards the back. You keep your knees bent the whole time through this trick. Does that help out? Well, to get the turn, you have to have your knees bent, but when you're going straight, you have to have your legs straight up and down. I think the last trick that we have you featured on is the, what was that? No, I think it's backyard. That's it. That's a real hot new trick. That hasn't been around for very long at all, has it? No, it hasn't. It's a real fresh trick. Here, we're showing it in slow motion. Tell me about some of the points you have to look for when you're in this trick. Okay, this is just standard walking over, but the important part is you get up into your hops. Where do you keep your knees? Okay, your left leg, you want your left leg to lean against the seat and the seat post. Okay, at the same time, you take your left hand off and your right foot starts squeaking backwards. Yeah, you drag your shoe, don't you? Right, I drag it. You use no brakes on this trick.
Okay, that's how you provide control then.
Right. You just push and drag, push and drag.
Do you lean back to ride out, or do you
well, there's a couple ways to pull out. I have the over and out, but in this trick right here, I pull out straight back, just like I got into it. I step back over.
I see. Back into a fork wheel.
Right out. And we call this a trick saver, so I jump up and swing the bike into a 180 and ride out.
That's cool. That's incredible. It's easier for me to understand why they call you the chairman of the board, Martin. We've got some other footage of you from Huntington Beach. Let's take a look at it. Dino DeLuca is the longest standing member on the Dino Freestyle Team. What exactly did get you involved in freestyle, Dino?
Well, about 7 years ago in Thousand Oaks, I saw Martin Aparijo and Woody Itzen riding in the skills competition, and that was the first time that I saw trick riding. And at the time I was into racing, and that looked like more fun since I was going nowhere racing, so I thought I'd get into that.
So that's probably what got you involved in freestyle to begin with then?
Exactly.
Yeah. Why wasn't racing any fun for you?
Because I lost.
Well, you're definitely a winner in freestyle. Do you like winning? Do you like competing? What do you enjoy more, competitions or shows?
I enjoy both. I like to tour because you get to meet new people, and you get to do shows in a lot of places that you've never been before and places that people haven't seen. You do freestyle. And I enjoy competition because you get to see all the new tricks, and it's a lot of fun being able to go out there and compete in front of a bunch of people.
Well, do you prepare for yourself? Do you prepare yourself for competitions any differently than you prepare for shows?
Oh yeah. 2 weeks ahead of time, you're out there practicing the same run over and over again to get it dialed. In a show, it's every single trick that you know how to do.
Where do you practice when you train for shows or competitions?
Camarillo, on the Camarillo ramp, and out in front of open air bike shop for my ground.
Your Camarillo ramp's pretty famous in the magazines. What makes that place so special?
Just the ramp. It's a big ramp, and you can get high airs on it.
That downhill runway must help out too, doesn't it?
Definitely.
I've seen you hit 12 feet on that thing. It's unbelievable. What do you think of when you're up there that high?
I don't know, it just feels good. It feels really good to be up there.
It's that Camarillo air,
That's
it. None of the smog like in LA. What do you like to do when you're not freestyling?
I like to snow ski. I like to motorcycle. I like to go to the beach and boogie board and skim board every once in a while, and just hang out at the bike shop. And
do chicks dig you at the beach?
Chicks dig everybody at the beach.
Not just Dino DeLuca. Well, I'm going to have you tell me what it's like to float through the air when you're doing this one variation here. Let's take a look at the monitor.
This is the top side 1-footer, bottom side 1-hander aerial. And approaching the ramp, you want to do like a regular aerial. And once you're in the air, lay onto your coaster brake, take your top side foot off, your bottom side 1 hand off, and you do your extension, and you come back on, and you try to do as smooth air as possible. Okay, my next trick that I'm going to do is a look back, and I do my look backs a little bit different than everybody else because I take my foot off, but the best way to explain it is to go up and do like a regular aerial, and then to start your look back, you sort of like do a kick out and twist your handlebars around at the same time. So it's not all your back end swinging it around, and it's not all your front end. It's a little bit combined. The way I do mine is when I'm getting it kicked around almost to the full position, I take my foot off so I can turn my handlebars a lot more so I can get an extra rotation out of it, like an extra quarter way around. And then to come back out of it, you sort of reverse everything and come back in and put your foot on and twist your bars around and bring your back end around and come back in as smooth as possible.
You've shown us 2 hot ramp variations that everybody knows you're famous for, but a lot of people don't realize you're a good ground rider too. You do pedal pickers and all kinds of stuff, don't you?
That's right.
Why don't you show us a how-to for the pedal picker?
Okay, on the pedal picker, on the screen right here, I start out into it like a decade, and I use the coaster brake, and it's sort of like halfway up through the decade, you jump straight to your pedals, and then you start to pogo to keep your balance, and while pogoing, you can do different variations, such as a no-hander, or you can bounce, and then you can do like little one-footers, or whatever different variations you can think of, and the best way to come out of it is like jumping the rest of the way through a decade and rolling right back out of it.
I think Dino DeLuca's proven that he's one hot ramp and ground rider. Is there anything you'd like to say before we cut to some action?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody that's made it possible for me to be at the point in freestyle that I'm at right now, and that's all.
That's great. 1986, Josh White won the AFA's overall series championship in the amateur class. This year, Josh is going head-to-head with the pros. I think Josh plans on staying on top. Has the move to pro class been any tougher for you, Josh?
This year, it's a lot tougher than the amateur class. The pros are real hungry this year, but I think I'm even hungrier, so I'm going to give them some good competition this year.
Well, the runs for the pro class are generally longer. What have you done to strengthen your routine for that length of time?
I'm going to work on some lip tricks, resting tricks for my routine, since you have to know more varieties of ramp tricks for the pro class. And so I'm working on just new tricks this year.
Do you have to stay any stronger for those 4-minute runs?
Your endurance has to be a lot greater. So I'm working on an exercise bicycle to keep my endurance up, and Nautilus equipment to keep my strength up.
Do you find that being strong helps your aerial variations as well as your flatland?
Oh yeah, it helps in both areas. You need to be strong for both areas of freestyle.
So for both of your AFA runs this year, then you're spending 4 minutes out there in front of the crowds, aren't you?
Yeah, that's a long time.
I bet. How long do you ride in your shows generally?
Well, your shows, you're taking a break with the teammate. Martin and I, we go out and I do a couple minutes of tricks and he goes out and does a couple minutes of tricks. It's a lot more casual.
Yeah, so you have your whole routine dialed in for both shows and contests though, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Now you'd mentioned needing a lot of upper body strength for some of your aerial variations. I imagine it's real important to be strong for the can-can look back, isn't it?
Yeah, the can-can look back involves arm strength and abdominal strength.
Well, let's take a look at the monitor while you tell me how it's done.
In order to learn a can-can look back, you want to learn a can-can and a look back, each at about 6 feet high to have enough time to do this trick. The first thing you do is take your can-can foot and put it over the top tube. Cross the bars up and stretching the trick out. I run a freewheel, so my pedal is backpedaling. To come out of the trick, take your foot back over the top tube and spin your cranks around to the original position, keeping your brake locked to level the bike out. Look down at where you're going to land, compress your legs for the re-entry, and land it.
Well, we've got one other variation that you did for us at the Enchanted Ramp, and I want to talk about that too. Which trick was that?
That trick was the 540. Okay, before you do a 540, you want to learn how to do a 360, and that's inside the ramp. A 540 is usually best done outside of the ramp, out of the lip. Get even speed for maybe about a 2-foot air. Spin consistently over the coping, looking at the coping the whole way through, over your shoulder, just like doing a backflip.
Well, if you look like that again this year, Josh, there's no doubt you'll be #1.
Thanks, Big O. I'm going to be trying real hard to keep GT #1.
All right. We've got some other footage of Josh from the Enchanted Ramp. Let's take a look at that right now. Dave Voelker is the newest recruit on Dino's aerial squadron, but he's definitely flying high in the world of freestyle. With 2 victories under his belt at recent AFA competition, he has got a stranglehold on the championship this year so far. What's it like, Dave?
Oh, it feels pretty good. I just want to keep on winning out there.
Do you have any doubts that you will keep on winning?
No, as long as I keep up practicing as much as I have.
Where do you practice?
I practice at my friend's house, Tony Adams, in Santee, California.
That's now near San Diego, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right outside of San Diego.
What do you do down there when you're not practicing? I mean, that's not the most populated area in the world.
Well, we do a lot of fishing, me and my friends, and we mostly practice.
Are you telling me that one of the greatest aerial riders in the history of the sport is a fisherman?
Yeah, I love to fish. I used to fish bass tournaments. And
you don't suppose that's why it's called the In Search of Fish Tour this year, do you?
No, I don't think so.
You're not taking a pole on tour with you, are you?
No.
Okay. What else do you do when you're not freestyling?
I hang around the beach a lot, but we ride there too, so I mostly ride.
So you're on your bike a lot, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, people don't realize that, you know, they see you blasting these big airs at the contest. You don't enter ground very often. Do you plan on running for the overall title?
Yeah, I've been working real hard. I'm going to go out there and give it my best shot on the ground.
Well, we've got some quality ground footage I want to show of you later, but right now I'm going to have you talk us through one of your best how-tos, the no-hander. Let's take a look at the monitor.
Well, when I first go up, I try to adjust my speed for at least more than 4 foot of air. And as I go up, I tuck the bars into my waist, as you can see there.
Yeah, well, you lean forward, don't you?
Yeah, I try to get my head as close as I can to my front tire and extend my arms as far as I can. I put them back on, and as I'm falling, I try to line myself up for the smoothest landing as I can.
What of the other aerial variations are your favorites?
I love the look down. I was one of the first people to do the look down, but I didn't get recognized for it.
Well, we're going to show the look down. Let's take a look at that. Why don't you tell me how it's done?
As I go up, I leave from the left side of the ramp, and I alley-oop a little so I could get to the side of my bike and twist the bars as far as I can down.
Where do you keep your eyes when you're doing that trick?
I'm always watching the lip to see where I'm going to fall.
Like in most aerial tricks, you watch the lip, don't you?
Yeah. So
how high of an air do you recommend getting before you attempt a look down?
You don't really have to go that high for that trick. Yeah, about 3 feet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Even I could do it then.
Yeah.
Dave's ground on video is pretty impressive, but his airs in real life are unreal. We're going to show you some of that in just a few moments, but I'd like to ask Dave if he has any advice for any novices out there who are just starting out.
Well, you should go out there and you should practice hard, wear your safety equipment, and the most important thing is have fun.
They call Brett Hernandez Shorty, but he's walking tall in AFA freestyle competition this year. I tell you, Brett, I've seen you at all the contests, and you're raging this year. How are you doing it?
I'm just practicing my routine a lot. I ride with my friends a lot. Just keep on working on the same routine every day.
Well, you got a brother that freestyles too. Do you ever go riding with him?
Yeah, every day we just ride in front of our house and with a few of my friends, and we just practice our routines and mess around a little bit.
So you have fun, huh? You're still in school, aren't you?
Yeah, 11th grade. One more year to go.
And you do drive, so I'm sure you get all the chicks, don't you?
I try.
That's good. What do you like to do when you're not freestyling?
Snow ski, skate, anything besides baseball and football because I hate those sports.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't like team sports then,
Yeah.
do you? About the biggest team you've ever been on is the Dino Freestyle Team, huh? Are you looking forward to the national tour this year?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to see a lot of cool places and meet a lot of cool people.
You're going to do a lot of cool shows, I hope.
Yeah.
What are some of your goals in freestyle? I know you want to do a good tour this year, but what do you want to do down the road a couple of years?
I just want to do good at contests and get respected by a lot of riders, and I want to be pro someday, but not for a while.
Well, that's good. Well, you know that short guys can make it in freestyle too. Look at Eddie Fiola. Why don't you tell us how to do the funky chicken?
To do a funky chicken, you just start off like you're doing a fork wheelie, and you come to a stop, and at the same time you pick up and put your leg over the handlebar and start squeaking forward like a backwards infinity roll.
I see you hold the seat to keep the frame in alignment.
Yeah. You have to hold up the seat to keep the back end up. When you're squeaking, you mostly just scratch it. You don't need to use the brakes that much, only when you feel like you're going to fall down.
Now, to ride out of this trick, you just step over the handlebars and back onto the pedals, don't you?
Yeah.
If Brett Hernandez keeps hitting moves like those pinky squeaks and that funky chicken, he'll go far in freestyle. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go on?
Yeah, get into freestyle just for the fun of it. If you get anything else out of it, that's just great, but mostly just do it for the fun of it.
I think that says it all. Another hot flatlander on GT's freestyle team is the Rad Dad, Brian Scura. Brian, you've been with GT for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, let me see. I got on GT about May of '84. It's about 3 years now, and the only one that's been on the team longer is Eddie Fiola.
Well, you talk about longevity. You're a pretty old guy too, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'm 29 years old right now, and I think I got a few more good years left in me.
How long do you think you'll stay involved in freestyle?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I think I'm going to retire when I get to, say, about 65 or so.
A banker's retirement.
Why not?
You do a lot of shows, don't you?
Yeah, I did 108 shows last year, and I'll probably do over 150 this year.
That's unbelievable. You know, you've invented a lot of tricks too, which surprises some people when they hear about how old you are. There's not a lot of fathers of children out there that get rad on bikes. What are some of the tricks you've invented?
Oh, well, I guess the first trick I ever invented was the gut lever. Martin Aparijo and Woody Itzen and I invented it quite a few years ago. See, Woody, I included you this time. And on my own, I've invented the Scura tuck, the Scurfer, Miami Hopper Overture, Skirkle, Fork Whip, Hurricane, Consecu tuck.
One trick you didn't mention inventing earlier, Brian, is the Scurfer. Why don't you talk me through that?
Okay, well, you do an average surfer, and riding at about a normal pace, you want to have most of your weight on your handlebar and have your back foot on the very front of your seat there. Now, as you take your foot off, don't jump forward. Just take it off and concentrate on getting your balance and steering with that one foot. If you have to flop your arms, well, and it's a lot better than not doing the trick. Getting back into it's pretty easy. Just put your eye on the seat, sight it, put your foot back on, and ride away.
You lower yourself down to the pedals and you pull out.
Yeah, just like you would on a normal surfer.
Those are pretty nutty things for a 29-year-old guy to do to themselves on a bike, Brian. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we close this up?
Yeah, just say no.
Just say no to what?
Just say no to drugs and alcohol.
Words to live by from Brian Scura. We're going to go back to some more action now. In a competitive sport where winners come and go, one rider has stayed on top longer than any other. That rider is the king of freestyle, Eddie Fiola. Eddie has 2 Freestyle Magazine Rider of the Year awards to his credit and 4 King of the Skate Park titles. Eddie, how have you managed to stay on top for so long?
A lot of practice and dedication.
How long have you been riding for exactly?
10 years.
That's a long time to do anything, especially something as nutty as what you do for a living.
It's just something that I like to do. A lot of fun, keeps you in top physical condition.
You like doing most of your practice at the pipeline in Upland, don't you, Eddie?
Yeah, I do. The pipeline's solid, it doesn't move, it's someplace close. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money to ride there. All right, what I'm doing here is a one-handed one-footer. And what you do is you go up the ramp, or go up the skate park wall, which is a little taller than a regular ramp, which is about 9.5 feet. And you come up and you take off a hand. At the same time, before you put it back on, you take off your foot. And so it's all in one motion. I use the back brakes when the pedals come up forward so that my feet don't spin. And so the back foot comes off real easy.
Well, you need a lot more hang time for that trick then, don't you?
Yeah, it's a little bit harder, but you have to do it quick and fast, which is the same thing, quick and fast.
running out of time in the studio, and the guys are outside riding, so I think I'm going to join them. We hope you've enjoyed the demo tape half as much as we've enjoyed putting it together. Thanks for joining us.
Cut, perfect.